Hi, we're in the wilds of Northumberland to cook up a Durban curry. I'm with my good friend Phil Sparrow.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Phil. He's allowed us in his kitchen today, and you're quite excited about the.
I'm very excited. I've never had a Durban curry before, and I don't know what it is. So please explain.
Well, in the 1860s, indentured Indians came to South Africa to work in the sugar industry.
Right.
And by the time the indentured system was abolished, 150,000 Indians actually stayed in South Africa.
Mm-hmm. And they obviously brought all their skills and traditions and
that's
ingredients.
Right, yes. So, and they're definitely their traditions as far as curry is concerned.
Yes, yeah.
So,
is there a big population in South Africa today?
There's 1.9 million Indians live in South Africa,
wow.
Which makes up the Rainbow Nation.
Right, and are they from a particular area of India?
Yeah, they're mostly Tamils.
There's a lot of regional cooking in India.
There is, yes, and it's South India.
Right.
So this food.
Those different areas.
Gujarat and Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And so this curry itself is that tradition. It's from that period of time, and it hasn't really changed that much.
Excellent. Excellent. We have curry leaves.
Yep.
These are dried curry leaves. Obviously, up in Northumberland, it's quite hard to get fresh curry leaves, and so you need to use a few more than you would if you had the nice, unctuous, pungent, fresh ones that you can get in South Africa. We've got some cinnamon bark and some fresh cinnamon here. Well, not fresh cinnamon, but cinnamon bark. We've got some sea salt. We've got fennel seeds, which are an essential part of a Durban curry. Really give it that rich aniseed flavour. And then we've got our masala. We've got our collection of spices. We have cumin. We have fresh coriander. We have ground coriander. We've got turmeric. We've got some paprika, and we've got some chili powder. And hopefully, it will bring out that lovely redness in the curry of which it is famous for.
Yeah.
We've got our onions, of course. We have our ginger and our garlic, which has been grated, which will give a nice texture to the sauce eventually. I've got some fresh tomato here. Again, those beautiful ripe tomatoes that you get in South Africa and Mediterranean countries. It's very difficult to get those here. They tend to be like sort of red rocks, which you could sort of throw on people's heads and knock them out. So I've put a little bit of tomato puree in there with it. And then for the flavouring, we've got some garam masala, which you add towards the end of the cooking process, and some fresh coriander. Okay, and there'll be a little bit of water in there. And quite often in traditional Indian cooking, the meat was mutton. It was old goat, old sheep, and it needed cooking for a long time because the quality of the meat was very poor. Today we're ruined because this is beautiful Northumberland lamb, very nice. And you can even see on there that is the farm that it came from. So in these days where we want all of this sustainable agriculture, this sort of stuff, this is very important to the modern consumer. Here we go. We'll get the onions in. Pop them in there like this. And then it's very important that you don't actually cook them too hot. You're really wanting, you don't really want them to brown. You just want them to sort of break down into sort of break down into gunge, basically. Okay, so now we're going to add the masala, the combination of the 5 spices that we went through. The turmeric, the cumin, the coriander, the paprika, and the chili powder. And it's very important that we fry these out. The flavour of these spices is going to mix together with that lovely combination of garlic, ginger, and onions. And it's going to give us like a paste, just like you would get if you were doing Thai cookery. You get a paste in a jar, and then you add coconut milk. Well, this is exactly the same. We're building up that lovely paste. There it is now with all those spices in, and we're just going to give it a little bit of heat there. We just want to very gently fry out those spices for about a minute and a half. We don't want to burn them because they will burn very easily. And this is where it's important that you have the right quantity of oil if you have too little, your mixture will burn, and we don't want that. We want the oil to start appearing on the surface in little pools, just as it's beginning to do. The next thing, we're going to put in the fennel seeds, the cardamom seeds, and the cloves. Now, these are slow release spices. These are going to continue giving off their flavour into the stew, basically, once the water and the lamb goes in. And we give that about another minute again. The next thing we're going to add is the tomato and the tomato puree. So now we've fried the spices, we're going to start introducing stock into the mix, and they go in, and you hear them sizzle straight away, and that's exactly what we want them to do. And we want the tomatoes to start to release their liquid into the sauce. You can see now it's starting to take up that sort of familiar curry sort of appearance. So what we're doing now is we are starting to create the sauce. This is where the alchemy, and you need little bits of water in. If it's not, it doesn't need to be too thin, but if it's too thick, it'll burn.
Okay.
And the last thing we want is that horrible burnt flavour in it. So
yeah.
we want to try and coax as much flavour out of those spices, out of the ginger, out of the garlic, out of the onions. We want to create as much flavour out of all of that combination as we can. Now we have the star ingredient, the lamb. Okay, so we don't want it to splash everywhere, so we'll try and hold it up against the wall of the cooking pot, so it doesn't go all down the walls.
And how much is there?
There's a kilo. The recipe we've done is for 1 kilo. And then we can pop in other ingredients that are going to help to stew it, like that. I think we'll put in half that salt, because we can always come back and put a bit more in, but you can't take it out. So there we are. All right, so and of course there was one thing we forgot, Michael.
What's that?
Potatoes.
Oh, the potatoes.
The potatoes.
I think they're over here. Yeah, here we are. So the potatoes going in.
Yes, a very important part of this particular dish.
Yeah, which we left out.
Yeah. You're only supposed to put 2 potatoes in, but obviously if I put them in now, they're going to disintegrate and go to mash. We don't want that. We want them to retain their shape and
but nice and soft.
Nice and soft. So we'll leave this for 40 minutes to just
cook the meat.
Get on with its own thing.
Yep.
And then we'll pop those in, and we'll add the final ingredients towards the end. We'll pop those in.
Yep.
We'll pop those in. And just pop that there. Give it a bit of a stir.
So you've been cooking it on the top.
Yep.
For the past 40-50 minutes.
Yep.
But can you put it in the oven?
Well, that's what I would like to do now.
Yes.
You can see from looking at it how much water has come out of the lamb.
Yeah.
You know, that sauce level has risen quite a bit. And it's gone a little bit thinner.
Yes.
So what the potatoes are going to do is, as they cook, they're going to start to thicken the sauce slightly.
Okay.
And
so that'll be the starch.
Yes.
The starch in the sauce.
And of course the lamb as well. At the moment it's still a little bit tough. So another hour and it's going to be beautiful.
So Phil, we're taking it out of the oven. How long has it been in the oven?
I would think a total cooking time of about 3 hours. It's been in the oven for about 2 hours. We cooked it on the top for an hour.
Yeah.
And now it's been in the oven for about 2 hours.
So what's next?
Next is, well, as you can see, it's now, the potatoes are still solid and intact, but soft. If you touch them, they break and fall apart.
Yeah.
The meat is soft and tender.
It smells amazing.
It smells good, and what we're going to do now is we're going to add a very aromatic masala called garam masala, which again is a combination of many different things. But all that does is it provides a little bit of sort of aromatics to the whole thing.
So what we got here? We got
the rice, beautiful rice. Notice, beautiful, fluffy, fantastic rice. always perfect. We have the Durban curry ready. We have a sambal with cucumber, tomatoes, chilies, coriander, a little bit of onion, lime juice and salt. We have some naan breads and we have some poppadoms. And I think it's time that you really should try this.
Yes,
okay?
you pop it in there.
So we'll pop it on.
Pop it on,
We'll pop it on here.
It's a bit of rice, very nice rice.
Beautiful. Look at
Fantastic.
Scrape that off there.
Yes.
Put a bit more. That's it. Right.
I'm going to have some.
Do you want to put some?
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
You do it. Go on.
Okay. We'll just pop some.
Yeah.
Oh, I made a mess.
Do you want a bit of potato there?
Yeah. I made a mess of the plate.
It doesn't matter. It's right.
And just a bit more.
Okay.
There we are.
God, that looks amazing. Do you want a bit of sambal?
Yeah, I'll put a bit of sambal on there.
Okay. I mean, to me, that is a piece of art.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just give the plate a clean because it looks a bit messy. There we are.
That is art.
That's art.
It's art.
It is art.
And you need a fork.
I need a fork. Let's go in.
Okay.
Let's see how it tastes. Oh, the lamb is cooked beautifully.
Beautifully. Falls apart. Cheers. Oh, wow.
You have to be here to taste this. This is outstanding.
Oh.
And the potato, look at that potato.
Oh.
That's Durban.
How good is that?
It's great. That's Durban curry. It's got lots of flavour. You can taste the cinnamon.
Yeah.
You can taste
the
the
cinnamon
aniseed.
comes through. The fennel comes through. The lamb is cooked to perfection. It falls apart. It's absorbed all those amazing flavours. There's a little kick of chilli at the end. Ah, God, what's not to like?
It's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think what we need to do now is stop the camera.
I just feel sorry for vegetarians.
Yeah.
Don't you?
No. We stop the camera and we tuck in.
Yes.
All right.
I think so.
Anyway, that's the Durban curry. That's been a fantastic day. It's getting a bit dark outside now, but it's a fantastic day, and we're going to eat the rest of the food. Thank you very much, and enjoy making Durban curry.